license time. They're busy tonight, seeing people.
Oh, really? Yeah.
All right, we're recorded.
We're recorded twice, meeting is open. We'll just. 6 o'clock. Christopher's working on the recording, all right. Motion to approve the select board executive session meeting minutes of August 21st, 2023 as written.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any audience participation? Nope. Dave, come on down.
This is rolling right along.
We're rolling right along. I don't need to give any.
Oh, you're too slow, we're all set. This here's a letter from Andrew Shannon. His resignation.
Hmm. Did the clerk, town clerk get it?
No.
Yeah, okay, so we'll have to send it over to. Oh, he wrote a nice long letter, huh? So he already has gotten his other job?
No, not till probably he's saying maybe around the 9th he'll be leaving.
Okay, well, good for him.
Of November, October.
That's over. Yeah.
No one's stepping forward for a replacement. I
Haven't heard
figured they'd be
anything yet.
lined up at the door.
You would think,
Got chance to work with you.
and everybody else in this beautiful town,
It's a really nice letter.
Dave, do we want to put it up on Facebook or anything,
What's
anywhere
that?
else, the job posting?
Nah.
Yeah. You've got it several places already, I'm just asking.
Yeah, you get a chance, can you send me the prices was so I can put it in there?
Yeah, I can get you that.
Okay.
Wow, that's really nice. Okay, I don't think we have to accept it, do we? Do we have to motion to accept his letter, or is that?
We usually do.
Okay.
I believe.
So, motion to accept the letter of resignation from Andrew Shannon, and it would be effective October 9th, you said, or, okay, effective.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, what else you got for us? Any good news?
I got. Page, 2 pages
All
going.
right,
Next is, I'm gonna start ordering some salt up.
Okay.
Fill back up. I'll do that tomorrow.
yeah, it's getting chilly.
Yeah. Russell Stage Road with the water coming.
Down by Mrs. Pease's.
Yeah,
Um,
have you been in, conversation with the water department again? Any?
sure.
Yeah, that has to go to Doris, I think.
Oop, sorry.
I think last time we spoke was like a couple weeks ago.
Okay,
They tested it. I was there with Steven. They came out with chlorine. Then they tested the one above it, number 5, that was chlorine.
Hmm.
So the whole idea was to let it sit. And see if it would just go away.
mhm,
One person's idea is that the water from above was falling route down. And coming up through,
Yeah, but you had that much blacktop, it wasn't wet. Sorry, but
so.
common sense was not running by that.
They checked it. I still believe it's fine.
we gotta get it fixed before it freezes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was really hoping that you didn't get this little extra rain.
Yeah.
But.
So Dave, I think the commissioners are meeting next week, I believe.
Okay,
So why don't we just plan on being at that meeting,
Yes.
talk to them and say, look, we gotta figure this out one way or another. And I know Gordon had suggested, maybe, if the town picks up the tab, if it turns out it's not water picks up the tab, otherwise. Yeah, not my suggestion. Just relay. So we'll just have to talk to them about how we want to proceed, but.
well, it's not like the bills are gonna be paid prior to the digging.
No,
They're gonna dig it up and then we're gonna know, and then we'll know who's gonna pay the bills.
Yeah, but. Whatever happens, it's gotta be brought back,
where it was,
blacktop,
exactly.
Yeah.
and not like the last fiasco underneath the bridge there.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%.
Well, the last one they did right above it, it looks fine there, but did they not dig up?
They didn't get into the road.
Oh, okay, they were just on the
Right, yeah,
side.
but that was just on the edge yard.
Okay,
Small thing.
but this one we think is road that we have to dig up?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Second line. I did, I had James and I went out there, looked at it, and I was thinking that if it was groundwater, and I was planning on, I got a price for 700 feet of perforated pipe,
Mm-hmm,
that was almost $9,000. Yeah.
jeez,
Then we got, then we have to get, a contractor out here and so on and so forth. So. I was planning for the worst.
Yeah.
So I'm still
yeah, okay,
there. On that.
all right, well, let us know what happens after
Okay,
the meeting.
Let's see, I got a hold of DOT, we're talking about the light signs. And I was quite surprised to get that right to the same day. They are gonna be installing light signs. on
Oh, okay.
23.
Okay,
He didn't say when,
Mhm.
but he said he was going to do it.
okay,
I'm working on Julius Hall. Doing a lot of drainage work up there. We're actually looking really good on top.
okay.
How many houses are out there? I haven't been out there. There's
Just
three,
a handful,
four.
I think.
One,
Oh, no, a lot.
two,
Really?
7.
Oh,
Really?
Seven or eight, yeah.
They're all on one side of the road.
On the right side.
Yeah.
I haven't been there for
I
years.
got Northern Tree starting 26th tomorrow. Down here on the house
Okay.
of the view. So we'll
Okay.
be there for about a week. That would be nice.
Are they're going all the way down to Ferry?
They're gonna start when you're coming up the hill. Instead of guardrails on the right hand side, they're gonna start from there,
Mm-hmm.
going towards around the corner. And depending on how long it takes them, because he's only gonna be doing is all the tree canopy stuff.
Mhm.
Okay,
He will take down some of the smaller trees. I was asked about that big ash tree there, that says. I'm not gonna take it down, but we're gonna trim the head right out of it.
Mm.
So all the big limbs, all that are not hanging up over anymore, so he's gonna. Take them all off and put it on the
I
ground.
thought we had some money through this tree warden for ash tree removal, like we gave him 20 grand.
Yeah,
But I'm not taking it down, I'm just gonna.
No, I know, I'm just saying, maybe we should have him do it. And they're his budget, yeah?
Yeah.
So we could get another 10 feet out of the truck. That's my thought.
well.
I know. Okay.
We've called him on several different,
Well, somebody said he's not returning calls.
Yeah, we gotta,
Yeah.
that's a whole nother discussion we
Yeah,
have to
I don't
have.
know, I'm just asking.
Yeah, no, it's a great point, but yeah, we gotta have
That's
that
why I was
conversation.
quiet.
Okay,
Well, not gonna happen.
okay.
Um,
Do you think we should put a bear crossing sign right there?
a bear crossing.
Are we still, I know that in the past, there's been bears like crazy crossing right
They
there.
come out of Old Sperry Road.
Oh, really?
I haven't
And
seen
then
I
that.
haven't seen him, I heard about it, but.
I've seen like
I haven't
3
seen either,
or
but
4
I've seen
bears
them.
there. I don't know, but maybe it's just when I happen to drive by. If it's not a problem and no one else mentions it, it's fine. I saw one the other day when I drove by.
I've had 2 in my backyard, does that count?
That right there.
Yeah.
Now,
Okay,
we're
yeah, no,
talking
never
about
mind.
your friends.
No,
Okay,
I'm talking the little black things,
okay.
4 legs. Tell you what, it's startling when you go out, see them and you're like, oh, hello there.
Yeah.
You like my apple trees,
When you walk around the back of your garage and there's a bear coming at you. That's a wake up call.
oh,
Um,
especially when you're slow as you were at your age. Anyways.
I just make myself look bigger. I pretend to be you.
I'm looking into, replacing that culvert right there on South Street.
Okay,
Second one in on the right hand side, it's plugged. And then. I got three contractors coming out tomorrow at noon time along with DEP. Out to Gibbs Road and talk about the culvert replacement out there. It's been going on for 5 years,
yeah,
Yeah,
at least.
so, yeah. And
Is that by the cemetery, that section, or back by the farm?
Fontaine Farm?
Yeah.
If you're coming from.
Yep.
The North Blanford side, downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's flooding. Let's see. Mary's not here, but I ordered her a handicap sign for the library.
For where, for the,
The handicap spot at the library.
oh, I was gonna say, there's no access though. They, They can park, but they can't get in the door.
Car service.
I mean, there's a.
No, I mean, it's a start. It's just, you know,
A problem with putting that up in my mind is you're saying, okay, where is it? How come I can't get in the building? I would
I
kind of,
mean-
I would hang on to it for a while and say, until we get some work done there so they can get in with a handicap. To me, you're inviting something that says,
And I did see that they've got a mass host.
Who got a mass,
That's right.
a mass works grant?
15,000 some odd dollars for uneven, I read it's uneven lawn and repair.
Oh, no, it's not a mass works
Oh.
grant, it's just the same, it's from the one stop, it's the patio
Yeah.
grant.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That wasn't
Yeah.
a lot, but,
Yeah.
but, I mean, it was the same lineup with everybody else.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're all in one stop,
Yeah.
so they're all, yeah,
Like, yeah, the gas pump's the gas pump is gonna be shut down until probably Wednesday. When they come out, they'll clean it up,
Oh, okay.
all right? But that's only gonna affect probably COA,
Mhm.
pretty much, and that's about it, and then
Well, cemetery.
cemetery.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and parks,
So when we get complaints that the town trucks are seen down in,
downtown, yeah.
then we'll know. Okay.
And again, the company was great awesome. You need to go and get fuel, you make sure you get a receipt, we'll take care of it for you and this,
Oh, okay.
that. I said, okay.
Nice. Okay. That's good.
Yeah. If anybody's interested in going to the Hinsdale Equipment Show this Friday. So, y'all go, and take a look at the stuff, we went to the one out here in Marlboro. And it was very impressive what they had.
Yeah.
It's huge, it's huge. You probably had almost 3 full parking lots.
Wow.
And I think it was a hotel there, right there, the whole inside was full of vendors and all that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was really good.
All new stuff,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
all dreaming.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
It's like touch a truck for adults.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. How are the meetings going, the highway?
Good.
Good.
Good, we're progressing slowly.
Okay.
Getting there, we said, the meeting today,
Hmm.
you know, about some, changes here and there about. What do you want to call them, rooms and all that stuff.
yeah, the space needs,
Yeah. Yeah,
but the next step, Jeff's gonna sit down with Mike and John from Weston Sampson and talk about HVAC,
Hmm.
plumbing, et cetera, so, yeah. So we'll see, we have to figure out when the next meeting is gonna be, but at some point in early October, we'll reconvene and then. Hopefully we'll have a little bit more information for the committee to start making some decisions,
Great.
yeah.
Cool.
so.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll let it out, but anyway. Chris and I have been working on, he's been working on trying to get somebody out to do a evaluation of our trees.
Hmm.
of our what?
Trees,
Oh, they're big and tall.
come on.
Some are.
And more effectively, the ash trees. And the hazard trees and canopy and all that, so I reached out to Northern Tree today. And to one of the guys that does work out here, and he gave me a gentleman's name, and he is more than happy to talk to Christopher
Okay.
about funding.
What's his name?
I don't have his name.
Oh,
It's in the truck.
Okay.
I think
It's all
it's John. John, and the other guy you're gonna talk to, his name is. Whatever.
Yeah, that's all right,
But he said, MVP, you go grants you through MVP,
yeah.
do all that stuff for. The ash trees and all that,
Mhm.
so,
Yeah, that's a thought.
yeah. So,
Okay. Thank you.
yeah, I will give you more information.
Yeah.
But it's our turn.
Thank you, Dave.
Yep.
Appreciate it. All right.
All right, I will skip right ahead. Jennifer and Greg, are you guys here to talk about the farm or the fair or?
No, we were
just
here, just, you know.
Oh, okay, okay, that's fine. I just.
Sure, 'cause-
Oh, okay.
Well, we have a question for you.
Yeah, okay. Well, okay, real quick, my report. So we're meeting with the finance committee on the 28th, so this Thursday. Just a real quick update. So last time we talked, we had gone over this idea of condition assessments for town properties, so we get kind of an itemized list of maintenance projects,
Mhm.
major repairs, things like that. I did meet with a firm from Pittsfield on Friday, EDM. They do these kind of things, and I also reached out to some people that George Reichart suggested, Bloom Rose. We'll see if I haven't heard back from them yet. It's definitely gotten more pricey. So the quote I had gotten from some other town administrators for one of these assessments for a school building was $7,500.
Mhm.
When I talked to EDM on Friday, they were saying, oh, probably it's gonna be more like 20. So.
I got a
yeah.
question,
Yeah, sure.
why? Some of the towns do a senior program where they get tax credits
Yes.
and
yeah.
paint. We could have guys paint that building over there, you know, and save us, and they get some tax breaks. I know Huntington has it for sure. I don't know if Chester does.
We
but
do, we have.
We
it.
have,
Mhm.
We have it. It's
why
not.
can't we?
It's never been super well established in that we have to sit down with the assessors and say, here's the amount of money we're willing to set aside basically in
Mhm.
tax breaks for seniors. I think I've only actually.
I mean, cause they could
Had
paint
one
snow
person.
plows for Dave. There's a lot of things
Yeah,
they could do
Yeah,
that are
Mhm.
not, you know, and
yeah.
Yeah,
I know
Yeah.
I can't do it, but I would volunteer my time to help.
No, yeah, I think we could talk about
Just
something
thinking we
like
should
that.
do
for town
something
hall.
with it, especially the way, you know, us people that live on social security, it's getting tougher and tougher all the time. So just throwing it out.
yeah, and if we have an assessment of needs for all the buildings, then we have a better idea of maybe some
Oh,
jobs
you
that.
can't look at them. I can look at them and tell you which ones need it.
Well, that one, it's right, it's obvious, it needs some, it needs a
This
bit,
one needs a
But
bunch of
beyond
work
just
out there.
that, yeah.
The
I-
railings need painting. I mean, just
Yeah.
over here, we got bricks that are falling out.
I
So
think
just little stuff.
Beyond just that, I think a
Just-
formal assessment, yeah.
right, the idea is we find out, you know.
The
how
roof
long
is what the
this
big
roof,
problem.
You know, the fire pump, the really big ticket items, so
Mhm.
that we can understand, okay. You know, what are those giant things that we have to make sure we take care of?
Mhm.
So anyway, so a bit more expensive than what we've previously seen. So, Weston and Sampson actually, who's the design services team for the Fire Highway Garage project.
Mhm.
They also do these kinds of things. So I'm gonna talk to John and Mike,
Mhm.
see if they can give us a quote.
Okay.
There's a couple other firms out there.
Okay,
But that 20 was just for town hall, so.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, it seems like doing all the buildings at once probably isn't gonna make sense. I'm gonna kind of dig into what's remaining in terms of ARPA funding,
yeah,
and see if, you know, that's a way we could go.
okay,
So more updates on that, but that's what I'm gonna be talking to the finance committee about on Thursday. In terms of grants, you should have before you a copy of a letter of support. So last week we had our finance team meeting, so FinCom plus our assessors, treasurer, tax collector, and accountant. And we talked about transitioning to a new finance software. So again, just as a refresher, we have this archaic system that is not cloud-based, so people have to use a VPN to remote in.
Mhm.
If the power goes out in town hall or anything happens, it
Yeah,
gets
which it
disconnected.
has, when it does
Which
all the
happens
time,
all the
yeah.
time, unfortunately. So basically, the idea would be to move to some kind of cloud-based system. And the quote we've gotten for at least one vendor was just about $60,000 for
Mhm.
that one-time cost. And then operation cost beyond that would actually be about half of what we're paying.
Oh,
software.
nice,
So
okay,
it could be a real savings for the town.
Yeah.
So hopefully this will be successful. Actually, Jackie Corey, our new finance committee member, has really taken an interest in this project.
Awesome.
And so I'm gonna be talking with her Thursday.
Great.
After our finance committee meeting.
okay,
But yeah, we're looking to have an application out by the 13th. And I'll have a motion for you guys later to sign off on that
okay,
support letter if you are so willing.
great,
And then real quick, so I actually stopped by Watson Park with Linda and Katie last week. So there is something out there called a park grant, PARC.
Mhm.
It's for, you know, for small towns like us, we can get up to $100,000 for improvements. It's a big process, so I wanted to get started early. The grants aren't really until the spring.
Mhm.
So we just were walking the park to say, okay, what are the things you might want to include in this $100,000? you know, the road, gazebo, barns, what, you know, what kind of stuff.
Electricity, maybe.
Electricity, yeah, that might be beyond the
Yeah.
$100,000. But anyway, as the trustees of the park, just want to keep you in the loop.
Okay,
So I kind of, from that meeting, created a little list that Linda and Katie and I are gonna sit down and look through, because there's gonna need to be some prioritizing.
Mhm.
But more to come on that, so.
Great, thank you.
And then real quick, Shepherd Farm barn removal. Jennifer, Greg, I don't know if you have any insight on this one.
We talked,
Well, spring.
I think we were thinking about doing it in the spring, and our proposal was
Yeah.
if you bought the dumpsters, we take the
Mhm.
first part of the old barn down.
Mhm.
And put it in the dumpster,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then we'll get rid of the back part and take and reassemble it at the fairground.
Okay, so through the grapevine, I'd heard that you were thinking of moving forward sooner than that, so
Oh.
I was,
It's almost October, it's gonna be winter here. so-
Yeah.
yeah, okay, all
Okay.
right. The grapevine was wrong.
But I think it's gonna be closer to spring, I mean,
Okay,
you know, unless you want some of it taken down now, but I don't see any reason to do that.
there's no rush.
Oh, that's totally fine, I just heard otherwise, so, yeah.
We have the equipment, we can get
Okay.
the front part of the barn, there's nothing there, it's just an old.
So come spring, we'll set that up with the dumpsters.
Yeah,
Okay,
Well, maybe it'd be cheaper to do it now. With the price of garbage going up when you go to the landfill, the dumpster's gonna get more money. Just throwing it out at
right now, dumpsters are.
around 7,
1,000.
1,000, okay, so they're up.
You know, because you usually overload them, like, you know,
No,
they give you 4 tons and.
Yeah.
we're Usually overload.
You would, yeah.
I just did 2 of them at the.
Yeah, yeah.
Right there, and they were 900 and something.
Okay, just asking, well, you thought it might go up in the spring so much, that's all. Just for getting rid of the waste, okay, thank you.
All right, great, that's it for my
Okay.
report.
so then this is the, so I would make a motion to, support the letter of, support the application to Community Compact IT, the new municipal finance software. Is there a second?
Second,
Any discussion? All in favor?
all right,
Aye. So I signed that, and then the next one is the letter, in favor of, do you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, I'll give you a little background, and I was actually just talking to the building committee about it. So this is something that Chief Motter brought up in the past. So everyone's aware of the Mass School Building Authority that exists. This is legislation that would create a similar entity for municipal public safety buildings. I think it's an idea that's been kicking around for a while. The holdup may be the funding source. But I think given the situation we're in with our public safety facilities, it makes sense for us to at least just let the legislature know, hey, we're in favor of this as well. So I provided a letter of testimony in favor of the bill to sign.
Okay, so I would make a motion to support the letter on testimony in favor of, is it S?
Yes, yes.
S 1599, an act relative to the creation of Massachusetts Public Safety Building Authority. Second, any discussion? All in favor?
I,
Motion to approve the fiscal year 2024 warrant number 6. That's the one we were just looking at and signed in here. Is there a second?
second,
Any discussion? All in favor?
I,
Aye. Okay, so, we're looking for the additional trash barrel for down here in the end, is that right?
Yes,
Okay. Is the trash been picked up and cleaned, do we know?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Doug did get to it. So I'll say, and this came up when I was walking through the park with
Mhm.
Linda and Katie. They wanted to see what we had done with the other trash can, which is, I guess, more historical in some way, replicated with any new trash can installed. I will just mention that. and
You
leave
want a
it-
more historical trash can?
I will leave it up to the trustees to make a
Okay.
decision on that one.
That's fine, I mean, the one that was up there, we decided to choose something that had recycling.
Mhm.
Because we're in hopes that we would.
Yes, I will say, Doug has been disappointed with how that's worked out.
Okay, so that's, I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what a historical trash can looks like. I'm not trying to be a jerk. And if you're watching, I'm sorry. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. This one, the one up there that was agreed to has kind of a faux wood like look around.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got like slats around.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, so. Anyway, I can look into what it
Yeah.
costs to buy that one and see if we can just do the same thing. I can also talk to Doug and just say it, because this is really, I think, for dog waste is the
Yeah,
idea.
so the problem that residents brought up was
Yeah.
that people. Would, if they're using the bags, they're not wanting to walk all around the park with it. So if we have the one up there and then the one down here, the trash can receptacle, that they're more likely to
Right.
use the bags. So yeah, I mean, they aren't cheap. There's crazy, it's crazy how expensive they are.
Yeah,
But I think that it's not a bad idea to put another one in. And I know we had to refill the bags. Do you know if Dougie did that, or I don't know where they order them from?
there's a little phone number and
Okay,
stuff on
perfect.
that
Okay.
thing, so
Okay,
I think he did refill them. I think I saw one.
so this is to approve you starting to look at some
Yeah,
pricing.
yeah,
Okay.
because he didn't provide pricing or anything, so.
Okay, so motion to approve the
Historically correct trash barrel.
this is the request for additional trash barrel for Watson Park. Is there a second?
Second,
Any discussion? All in
we're
favor?
only looking, right? We're only price
We're just
checking.
starting, yeah,
Yeah.
he'll come to us with a price.
But it's $1,000 if it's anything,
Oh, it's least.
at least.
Aye. All in favor?
Aye.
I couldn't, we had like 3,000 left over at one point from rec and we thought we'll get a piece of equipment for the playground. You could barely get a thing for that playground. The parks equipment was, I mean, I think we got like a swing. And something else, like they made the kid swings and it's ridiculous. Wrong line of business. All right, so the snow and ice management policy,
Yeah, so this is something I had provided a draft of earlier this month, but I think Jeff was out at that meeting, and I know there were some elements of it that you probably take an interest in. I would love to get this adopted sooner rather than later. If you want, I'm happy to kind of walk you through the sections here.
yeah,
Um,
Dave, have you looked at it too?
yeah,
Okay.
we work together on it.
Okay,
So in general, the purpose, is kind of just, it's a few things. One is just to provide kind of an FAQ for people who have questions about our highway department's policies. Another aspect is something for Dave and the guys to fall back on
Mhm.
when they're unclear on, direction in any manner of ways. And it also provides some detail about who actually owns all the roads in town. I know sometimes people aren't always aware that we don't own 23, we don't do anything on 23.
North Street.
Yeah, and North
And
Street
North
too,
Street,
yeah. And then beyond that, we kind of lay out what are all the different state laws that we have to follow and town bylaws regarding
mhm,
highways. And then kind of to me, the meat of it is this facility prioritization, and this came out of
yeah,
talking, about the sort of I don't want to say postmortem, but the aftermath of the storm in March,
mhm,
when we were trying to figure out, okay, what should really be the priorities here in
Yeah.
terms of plowing. So what we have here is it's ordered basically by the functional class of the road,
okay,
but of course, our emergency facilities are at the top of the
Yeah.
list there. Dave and I kind of went back and forth about whether or not we want this to be an appendix or really in the body of the policies. but
okay,
It's there for you to take a look at. And then also beyond that, just kind of laying out winter storm materials and procedures. What does the town use? How do we go about when there is a predicted severe winter weather event? How do we plan for it? So you can take a look through there. And then it kind of concludes with just some policies about our right of way. So mailbox replacement policy. The
Yeah.
one that's popped up a couple times.
yeah,
And then fire hydrants, catch basins and culverts. Again, just reminding residents to keep those clear. And Dave suggested we also add something about when shoveling out your driveways, shovel to the right so that. the plow
Oh,
doesn't just
yeah.
Push the snow right back into your driveway.
That's
though
a good point.
Obviously, that's still gonna happen a little bit.
but yeah,
But yeah, so that's the basic overview. I don't know if anyone has thoughts on things we might want to add or.
I think this is great. It's definitely something that's needed. I'm wondering what the feedback will be with some of the people that have their roads in the class,
Yes,
in the tier 4.
yep, sure.
So so these are, so tier 5 is local, unimproved graded earth or soil surface road, town accepted road or unaccepted,
Right, so.
and then seasonal.
So
okay.
for example, Watson Park Road is, I think, actually a town accepted road, but of course, it's not really a priority for
Yeah.
plowing.
Got it.
Maple Lane, unaccepted road.
Yeah.
but We have agreed.
Are we gonna have to plow that this year, Dave? I don't. Maple Lane, have they done any work on it like you requested?
That's still in discussion with Christopher and I.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we're still,
Well, I remember from last year and you said
Yeah.
if they didn't, we weren't gonna plow it.
we're still trying to figure it out. Obviously, time is short.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it clearly explains why the roads are tiered where they are. I'm just wondering what kind of feedback we'll get from it, but I think that as long as we can explain it, which we,
Yeah, and again, we just kind of fell back on, MassDOT classifies your roads in
Mhm.
certain ways, and so we just stick to that instead
Yeah.
of saying. Now, I can well imagine some residents saying, well, there's actually more houses on this road than that road. and-
yeah,
And the other piece of this is the policy tries to build in some flexibility for Dave, because obviously he's got to think on his feet when these
Mhm.
guys are out there plowing.
Yeah.
So priorities can shift.
all right, so
I-
I'll make a motion to approve it and then we can
Yeah,
discuss it.
I wanted to, I want to discuss it. I got quite a few questions here.
So should we make a motion first and then just do the discussion?
Sure.
Motion to approve the snow and ice management policy. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, go ahead.
The transfer station, you got in number 2 as a priority or whatever.
Yep.
We use it 2 days a week. Why isn't it a priority? That makes no sense to me whatsoever.
It always doesn't, what day it falls on, snowstorm.
If it's that bad, people aren't going to the dump.
Exactly, but-
Jeff, how about this? Do you want me to put a little note there and say, depending on the day of the week or something? Like if we have a snowstorm on a Wednesday, we might not be thinking about plowing at the transfer
Well,
station.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But then you look down, you got other roads like Birch Hill. You should be doing Beagle Club, Hayden, South Street, Crooks and Cobble Mountain at the same time, so we're not running from one end of the town to the
Well,
other.
hold on. So
Makes no sense.
I gotta just clarify what this is. So this isn't a route map, like obviously Dave will figure out what's the most efficient way for his guys to actually plow everything. It's not like, oh, we're gonna skip these because these
Yeah.
are tier 2 or 3.
Well, that's all, that makes me feel a lot better, because
Yeah,
it just doesn't make any sense to me,
Yeah.
having plowed a lot of years.
Just classification of the road,
Yeah.
that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes way different sense.
Yeah,
That-
And if you want, we can highlight that also and just make it really.
You don't have to make me feel good, I got it.
No, it's a fair point, and people could look at this and have the
Yeah.
same reaction,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, no, that would make sense to highlight that.
Like Gibbs Road, your water treatment plant, you're there, right? That's when you do it. You don't-
Yeah.
You don't run back and
I
forth.
thought they got a full town truck with a plow.
They might have the old flatbed.
Yeah. I thought they
Hey,
had,
do they have the old flatbed? That's Dave.
hey, Dave. Excuse me,
Yes.
yeah. Does the water department have the old flatbed truck?
With the plow on it?
Does the plow on it?
So, not recommended, but yeah.
No, but so they could plow their own place out?
Yeah.
Just throwing out an idea, right? We got it, we kept it for that reason, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Any more discussion or changes?
All right.
Questions? No?
I'll think of something later.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, unfinished, we've got the bicentennial, so
That's on hold.
that's on hold. I know Christopher, you said you were
Yes, I was out in the rain with George today.
fun.
At it. Yeah,
So 1,800 to do the flower beds and the patio weed removal.
Yeah.
So can we just move forward with that before winter?
Can we try to get some volunteers to do that? I know Deb and I would volunteer if we had a place to put the stuff. I'm not putting it in my yard, but I would,
Yeah, I don't know,
sure
usually
if we
stuff
put
is
something up-
dumped here, but I don't know. how
I
you
have no
get it
way to
here.
transport it.
Yeah.
Can we get Dougie with his little tractor and trailer?
That's not technically,
lots
Well,
of.
he
Volunteer.
he could park it in the,
Mhm.
behind the wall there and I'll fill it up and then we can have him bring it. He brings picnic tables there. You can take a few loads of But I just,
I mean, that's fine. I think there's more to it than just,
there's some trimming and some other
Yeah,
stuff.
like, I
but
mean,
a lot of it I can take care of. You
Yeah.
can get most of that done. And I'm sure if I ask my sister and some other people, we do it.
okay,
So
I'm
I don't mind.
I'm just wondering about. the
TJ said
tree
he'd
there.
help.
That needs to be,
well, that's a
What's that?
separate, yeah, the tree is definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, that needs to be,
that has to be pruned way back.
oh, it's horrible.
So,
I
but as
agree.
far as
Yeah.
the weeding and the
She's not
maintenance
gonna
of the
do that.
flower beds,
No,
you
know.
think you
we're
can,
gonna have to
you
get
guys
some
wanna do that
kind
volunteer?
Yeah,
I'll hold the ladder if you go up.
I can't go on a
No,
ladder.
stop, you're we're not talking about the tree
Yeah,
yet,
stay away. I'm just,
one thing at a
we're gonna
time.
take care of weeding all that stuff out.
Oh, okay.
and-
So
and I'll-
would you like to, touch base with Doug about bringing the tractor over?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
to ship stuff over
What
to the pile?
what I'll do is put a pile outside on towards the old fire station
Mm-hmm.
there. And then he can just come over and we can pick it up and do it in an hour, so we'd be done.
Okay,
So,
yeah, that's
yes,
fine, and if it needs anything after, then we can reach out and have. Chris-
absolutely, but I can get most of that stuff squared away, but
Okay,
Debbie
it's
told
not
me I
to
was
say though
volunteering.
that I do think like in the long run, it is a good idea for us to have. You know, like the fact that she puts the flower beds to bed in the winter and, cleans them out in the
but
spring,
that
like
way
it's
she
a
could
good,
do it for a few $100 instead of a few thousand is what I'm trying to accomplish here.
yeah, well, I mean, I don't know, gardeners.
Well, they're too expensive, then hire someone else.
They're, I mean, there's,
The store people would work on it, they got.
there's also, an expertise to what she does, I think,
They have to know what they're doing.
yeah.
Is this a weed or is this a flower? My
I know
wife
I've
likes
killed a
weed.
lot of, yeah. So I just think this is fine for right now, but I do
Yeah.
think going forward, while we're
Well,
working
like-
on the trust and stuff, that I would like to have, a plan in place.
Didn't
for-
we pick 2 years last year when we did that for her to take care of that?
No, we did
was it
it
she
one
was-
year at a time, I
We did
think.
one.
Yeah,
Was it one?
yeah.
Yeah, because we were not sure what the trust was gonna look like. and
Yeah.
Lo and behold, it's still not
So
great.
she's
Well, you should
still,
have $6,000 in it, you said.
It does, but, after we're gonna have to get an arborist to deal with the Norwood.
Well,
the
it
Norwood
was
maple
have
there.
Northern come in and.
Mm. Well, if you wanna do that, you can call George and tell him that's what you're doing.
He doesn't scare me at all.
how about your sister? I don't think she'll like that either.
Yes, she's the one that told me to do it.
They can take it down.
No, not take it down, just.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you guys can take care of that for now, and then, you're gonna call the company that Kristen recommended for the tree? Is that the plan?
Yeah, so it's Liberty Hill.
Okay.
who
Yeah.
You've worked with. I think.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did a
yeah.
lot of work
Yeah.
for me. They're good.
Okay,
So,
and then Ryan maybe for the bricks.
yeah, I'll ask him if that's something he can take care of.
And if he's
So,
interested, that would be something that we would want him to do again come spring, because there'll be a lot of salt, or there'll probably be salt on the road and stuff to clean up there.
Yeah.
Um,
So the other thing is, was talking to Ryan and Sarah, because I know they've been helping John out with some of his properties. This drainage ditch out here, that's all overgrown. And then the leach field over, or actually not clear which part of the septic system it is.
That's
sorry.
the leach
This-
field.
Yeah,
It needs
it
to be
is.
laid.
Clear here.
Yeah.
It is the leach field.
Yeah.
Over behind Watson Park there.
okay,
So I don't know if John normally did that or.
he would normally do this if we
Yeah.
wanted to do that,
Does
Okay.
he have the equipment to do the drainage ditch?
the drainage
Get
ditch
rid
is what
of
he
all
usually
the,
does.
Raspberries along the fence?
We don't wanna get rid of the raspberries, we
Yeah,
planted
you
them
do.
there, no, we want raspberries.
Not those kind of raspberries. They're not. They're
No,
not
he
what
will-
you're thinking.
He definitely doesn't wanna do that. Yes, we do need to get those things done though, and if Ryan wants to do it, then that's great. Let him
Okay,
Do
yeah.
it, yeah,
Yeah.
cause he'll just get it done.
Okay, maybe I'll reach out to him about bicentennial and I'll see where. I thought
Yeah,
he was
have-
gonna-
yeah,
I thought he was gonna
just-
talk to John about whether or not he's
And,
doing that.
and we should, when you're thinking of this, in about a month's time, that park's gonna be full of leaves.
Yes,
So maybe you better, wait a little bit and let them include picking up those leaves, because they end up in my yard and I don't like it.
So wait on the ditch until the leaves.
Over at the, by.
Oh,
Yeah.
not fall.
Yeah, those,
Oh.
that tree shreds all the leaves, and I end up putting them in their yard and they don't like it. I'm just kidding, you know.
More than the other.
I know. It's-
And Dougie puts Watson Park down over
Yeah.
here, and then John gets, yeah, it's fun, it's fun, the
I'm glad
leaves.
the cemetery's uphill.
How many neighbors have fought over leaves?
Not me.
Okay. And then Russell, we already talked about Russell Stage Water.
Yeah.
All right.
Couple of things on the business,
Mm-hmm.
all right, just a couple of questions, all right.
Mhm.
No,
When are we gonna, get that generator thing fixed for this building?
You mean the transfer switch
Yeah.
project? So the latest is, I believe, Peter Wozniak, who was doing the electrical engineering with
Yeah.
Tom Carleone. Realized he was gonna have to go about it in a slightly different way, and I think he was corresponding with Tom about what the best option would be, and this was after looking at a copy of the building plans.
Okay.
So that's kind of on hold for the moment while they figure out that piece.
Now, we already voted on a certain amount of money, is this gonna change?
Well, that's what we have to find out, is whether or not they can still do what they had proposed for the amount of money that we gave them under ARPA. The other piece of this is local hazard mitigation planning, so that we can eventually get federal money for the actual construction of any of this. So I'm ready to send out an application, the community compact best practices program for that. So I can probably do that this week. I was just waiting on one other piece for that.
Okay.
So that's kind of where it's at for the moment.
And we have the funds that we took back from,
Yeah,
Water.
not water,
the other one.
municipal
light.
light, yeah.
So
Okay.
one thing to continue on that, TJ. Do we have a records where we start that thing at least monthly? We need to have a
They-
chart. and
Yeah, I
John
think they
needs to
come up
do it.
and,
No, John usually starts it, or,
oh, John does? I thought they
Uh,
came up and cleaned it. When I worked for water department, someone used to come up and do like.
a
the-
service once a year,
Yeah.
but it should be started once a month.
Yes.
At least, we used to do it every other week, but at least I'd like to see it
It's not on
started
the
once a
timer?
month. Not that I've never seen it running.
No, because,
Okay.
the only reason why I asked is the one over at the hut is set up on
Yeah,
a timer,
but this, I
And
don't
it
believe
does
this
it.
one is.
you know, like.
But I just like to have something so we can say, okay, we started here, started there, oil was changed on this date, you know, the
Yeah,
antifreeze was
Right,
checked.
a regular
You know,
maintenance.
Regular, some kind of a,
Yeah.
Yeah, that would
Okay.
make
Yeah.
sense.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a maintenance contract, I wanna say with Power or
yeah,
somebody.
Tower Electric. Yeah.
But I believe they got sold, so I have to find out
Mhm.
if we've been doing that. Let me take a look.
Yeah, I just think
Yeah.
it's important because if we go to start it and it don't work and we need it, it's kind of,
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Okay, and then. the
Sorry, I
other
didn't-
thing, I emailed Chris about. And he answered me back, is, the state is pushing for a water bill, that's why. I wanted to include Jen in this, They're talking about inspecting all the wells. In town and other towns throughout the state. And there's over 500,000 of them. They tested 1,000, what, 3 or 30, and they found a couple of problems, but the
Private
state
wells?
wants to
Yeah.
take over and institute a law or bylaw or whatever the state does to mess up our lives, they want to do. And I was wondering if you, through the Board of Health, can look into see kind of what they're looking at,
Okay.
you know,
What department is it?
huh?
So it's.
Department of Double Taxation.
State water, who knows?
No, so I'll back up really quick. So it's just a bill that's in the legislature right now. Senator Jamie Eldridge, who, like frankly, he files a lot of bills like this. It doesn't mean it's gonna be a reality.
No, but the thing is that, you know,
Yeah.
we're constantly bombarded with this kind of foolishness.
Yeah. So there's a hearing for it coming up on Wednesday, but you can submit written testimony after that. I'll send you all the information about the bill so you can actually see what it
So it's
says.
not even anything we need
it-
to really worry about
It's
yet.
just a bill. We don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of things are just a bill until they have it.
Yeah, no, it's not a bad thing to have on your radar.
State of Washington has it. They're metering all the private wells.
Huh.
Because they say you, as the owner, don't own the mineral rights. That's what they went for and they passed it. Ask Rick about it.
All right. You ready?
Isn't that crazy? Yes. You already done that?
Oh,
So-
all right,
Kick everyone out.
so motion to adjourn to go into executive session, not to reconvene. Roll call vote, Kara says yes.
TJ says yes.